If your friends would describe you in one word, or the people closest to you would describe you with one word, what would it be? Have you ever thought about that question before? I This wasn't recently, but I was recently thinking about it. I was a guest on a podcast. I don't know. I would say probably within the last 6 months, maybe longer. But and I don't even remember which podcast episode it was. I just remember the question. The question was, if your friends and the people closest to you could describe you with one word, what would it be? And as always, when I do a podcast interview, especially when I'm the guest, let's say, and even, yeah, when I'm the guest, and yeah, even when I have guests on my show, I want to get to know them a little bit, but I don't give them a list of questions I'm going to ask them. And when I'm a guest on somebody else's podcast, I don't ask for a list of questions. Like, I just think the conversation and the answer that comes in the moment is perfect. I don't want to have a plan. And quite frankly, I like that part of just being able to record and go, and whatever comes out gets recorded. So I wasn't planning for this question. I didn't know they were going to ask me this question. But then the way I answered it was consistent. That was the word that I said. If you were to ask my friends how they might describe me, this is what they would say. And so this morning, when I was chatting with my chat GPT, I asked, what is the definition of consistency? And chat GPT said, consistency refers to the quality of being reliable, steady, and uniform over time. It's the ability to maintain a certain standard or behavior repeatedly, whether in actions, performance, or results. In a personal development context, consistency is crucial for building habits, achieving goals, and fostering long-term success because it emphasizes persistence and regular effort rather than sporadic bursts of activity. And when I say consistent, I don't mean like consistently crushing it and consistently always doing everything perfect and consistently making a to-do list and completing every single thing consistently. I'm not really seeing consistent for me as more of a neutral word. And it's something that shows up in the easy and in the hard times, right? It's very easy to be consistent when things are easy, right? It's easy to consistently do the thing when you're feeling good and feeling energized and supported. But what about when it's hard? And, I think it's important to look back at the history of ourselves. And when I look back at the history of Lunden, it has not been easy. Easy would not be a word that I would use to describe, especially like the last 6 to 8 years of my life, like for sure not. But being consistent despite things not being easy is an area that I'm really freaking proud of myself. And I want you to think of right now an area that you're really proud of in your history of yourself. I think it's really easy for us to beat up on ourselves and, oh, I should have done this, or I it's very easy to think about all the areas we've procrastinated and haven't followed through or haven't done, but I think just think about a moment that you're really proud of yourself. Do that